Hi, welcome to Audiobook Academy. This is a self-paced audiobook. There's no need to keep an eye on things. Just pay attention. Thank you for taking the time to listen. This is a book summary of How Not to Diet, The Groundbreaking Science of Healthy, Permanent Weight Loss by Michael Greger. When it comes to dieting, things can get a little confusing. There's always a better, more efficient way to lose weight, according to the dieting industry. It's possible that How Not to Diet is the only book you'll ever need to read on the topic. Dr. Greger offers cutting-edge research and scientific evidence on how to safely lose weight and body fat. Here you'll find a wealth of information that you can put into action right away. The dieting landscape offers a slew of fast and easy options that come and go, but this book makes it easy to get started. Keto, Mediterranean, Banting, and Paleo are just a few examples of the many diets that claim to be the most effective. Anyone trying to lose weight may find it difficult to get started due to the overwhelming number of diets available, many of which claim to be the perfect diet. Losing weight is a multi-billion-dollar industry full of hype, misinformation, and pseudoscience. In most cases, those who follow these programs end up gaining the weight back. In some cases, they even gain more weight over time. Anecdotal evidence is heavily favored by the industry, and a small number of people's exaggerated claims about the life-altering effects of a particular diet are frequently used to sway customers. Although diets are critical to our health, we tend to focus on results rather than the process itself. There are risks associated with this strategy. The majority of diets are dangerous. Enter Dr. Greger, who provides us with the most accurate evidence possible when making such an important decision as what we put in our bodies. Michael Greger, MD, has devoted his career to researching and writing about the health benefits of whole foods, and he's also a popular speaker and author in the field. With nearly 5,000 citations to back up his claims, he's created a diet that's easy to stick to while also being beneficial to your health. By taking a scientific approach and learning from historical evidence, Dr. Greger provides us with an effective strategy that emphasizes lifestyle change rather than a quick fix. Compared to 100 years ago, we are now 10 times fatter than we were. This is truly astounding. Obesity rates have risen dramatically in developed countries since the 1970s and show no signs of abating. Since being overweight is not the result of a lack of self-control, we must uncover the underlying causes of this epidemic. As humans, we've evolved to be experts at surviving in the wild, and our bodies are perfectly capable of doing so. Because food was scarce for a long time, we developed the ability to store excess calories as fat in order to make it through the colder months. As a result of food scarcity, we developed a natural preference for high-calorie foods. Consequently, we evolved to prefer foods that provided the most calories in a simple form, but our environment has changed significantly, and fattening foods are now commonplace. The food industry has profited from our biological cravings for decades, and we are still experts at packing on extra padding. The 1970s were a pivotal decade. In this decade, obesity rates skyrocketed. One can see the reason for this by looking at the typical 1970s grocery store food section. During this period, the food industry was making significant advances in manufacturing. Deep freezing and other technological advances have made mass production of ready-to-eat meals possible. As a result of the invention of the TV dinner, food that had previously been reserved for special occasions became commonplace. In addition, food manufacturers frequently include sugars and oils in their products. What results are referred to as crap foods by the author. Foods that are high in calories but low in nutritional value, such as crap, are easy to access and convenient, so we consume an additional 500 calories per day without even trying. Obesity is a public health crisis that has been labeled an epidemic. Debilitating diseases such as arthritis and diabetes can be caused by smoking. In other words, solving the obesity problem may save more lives than finding a cure for cancer. Since this diet promises weight loss, it may be the best option for you if that is your goal. Also, there's no anecdote in sight, just science. Dr. with Greger, it's easy to put together a diet that will help you lose weight. WTPB stands for Whole Food Plant-Based Diet, and he goes through the extensive scientific literature to show that this is the best way to lose weight. Eat lots of fiber. It's admittedly difficult to make fiber attractive. However, it is the secret weapon when it comes to getting rid of the flab. Fiber is a satiating food because it increases the volume of our food without increasing our caloric intake. In addition, high-fiber foods make us feel fuller faster because they take longer to eat. A reduction in total caloric intake can be achieved by increasing the rate at which we are satisfied. To get the same number of calories as a glass of apple juice, you'd need to eat 5 cups of chopped apple. Due to both the volume and length of time it would take you to chew through the apple, It's easy to drink the juice down. Another important aspect of fiber is that it traps the calories in the food you eat. Plant fibers have a tough outer layer that is difficult to digest, no matter how hard you chew them. As a result, your colon is unable to utilize all of the calories. By sealing off your calories, about 100 calories can easily pass through your colon and be excreted. When we eat fiber, our digestive system's microbiome feasts on it. Due to short-chain fatty acid release, we feel less hungry and our metabolism is boosted. For 12 hours after eating a high-calorie meal, these acids made the food seem less appetizing. There are only about 5% of Americans who meet the minimum daily fiber requirements. It is suggested that we increase our intake of plant foods, which are high in fiber. Consider stocking up on sweet potatoes and other root vegetables, as well as lentils, chickpea, and black bean varieties, the next time you go shopping. Select foods with a low glycemic index, GI. What we call low GI isn't just some new fad in the food industry. You should eat a variety of low GI foods if you want to lose weight and stay healthy. After consuming high GI foods like white bread, blood sugar levels rise. White bread has a tendency to taste sweet after you eat it. That sweet taste is due to the fact that our bodies process food quickly and convert it to sugar. Foods with a high glycemic index, GI, cause hunger pangs, which can lead to weight gain. Those who ate oatmeal for breakfast later in the day ate less at a lunch buffet, a study found. Those kids who ate sugary cereal, like Fruit Loops, ate more at the buffet than those who stayed away from sugary cereals. Because of their low glycemic index, GI, low-carbohydrate foods can help you feel full longer and avoid overindulging. Another advantage of eating low GI foods is that they can assist in breaking through a weight loss stalemate. People who have tried to lose weight in the past may be aware that their metabolism is slow as a response to weight loss. Whole grains and legumes are low glycemic foods that can be substituted for typical white starches such as white rice, white bread, and cornflakes. Cut back on sugar and fat consumption. You may have heard the saying, fat equals fat. The idea is that if you want to lose weight, you should remove fat from your diet by cutting it out. A low-fat diet, such as one without butter or oil, is the best way to shed pounds. Low-carb and keto diets despise carbohydrates, so this advice goes against the grain. Obesity is being blamed on sugary carbs by those who follow a ketogenic diet. Sugar and fat are to blame, that much is true. Fat, as its name implies, is, as the name suggests, a weight gainer. Just 1 tablespoon of salad dressing contains 120 calories. Fats have a high caloric density and are high in calories. To our bodies, it's much easier to turn into body fat because it's already a fat. Carbohydrates, on the other hand, require our bodies to convert them to fat in order to burn calories. Fat is everywhere and becoming more common. As a result of selective breeding in animal agriculture, today's meat is much fattier than it was in the past. In the past, only 10% of our calories were from fat. The amount of meat in a serving of so-called extra lean mince has nearly tripled in recent years. WFPB diet participants who reduced their fat intake by 6% lost an average of 24 pounds, according to a study by Dr. Dean Ornish. Meat consumption should be reduced or eliminated in order to lose weight. Oil and butter should also be avoided in the kitchen. Instead of using water, try using broth or wine as a cooking liquid. However, that only addresses half of the issue. Sugar must be eliminated from your diet as well if you want to lose weight. Added sugars are as common as hidden fats. When compared to 200 years ago, our consumption of sugar has increased 12 times. Sugar, on the other hand, has no nutritional value, and our bodies don't need it in any way. Overconsumption of sugar has a negative impact on weight gain as well as on our appetites. Compared to children who ate low-sugar cereals, those who ate high-sugar cereals like Cocoa Pops ate 77% more. You should therefore try to limit your consumption of fat and sugar as much as possible. Aim for only 5% of your daily calorie intake to be sugar, and don't worry about cravings because your taste buds will adapt to less sugar in your diet. Choose low-calorie density foods. For the most part, a typical meal should include low-calorie dense foods. You don't have to worry about portion control on a whole food, plant-based diet. As long as the food has a low calorie density, you can eat as much as you like. When a food has a low calorie density, the water content is usually high. The water content of non-starchy vegetables and fruit is high, with the former containing nearly 90% of the total. When we're full, stretch receptors in our stomachs tell us that we've eaten enough for the day. Filling ourselves up with low-calorie density foods is therefore critical in order to avoid compensating for our hunger with high-calorie alternatives. You can't overeat on a lot of plant foods because they're practically impossible to do so. The key is to replace high-calorie fats and sugars with low-calorie fruits and non-starchy vegetables that are packed with water and oxygen. This means you can eat as much as you want of certain fruits and vegetables, such as zucchini, celery, and apples and pears. The addition of legumes is necessary to achieve this goal. A superfood, legumes are. You may not be aware, but Hispanic Americans have a lower risk of cancer and heart disease, despite their low socioeconomic status. One popular theory is that their legume-rich diet is to blame. Nutritionally, legumes fall somewhere in between a vegetable and a protein. They have a wide range of nutrients. They also have a high concentration of fiber. As a means of losing weight, legumes are superior to meat in terms of satiation, and they're also better for the environment than meat. Bread and butter were pitted head-to-head against chickpeas in one research study. At their next meal, the chickpea eaters ate 300 less calories than those who ate bread. People who ate legume patties were less hungry at the end of the study than those who ate a pork patties-based meal. As a result of this, legumes like beans and chickpeas are essential in the weight loss puzzle. Take some tins out of the pantry and you'll have a ready-to-eat meal in a matter of minutes. Helpful tips for weight loss efforts. Motivation and accountability are two major reasons why diets fail. This book not only provides a wealth of information on the best foods to eat and the best ways to eat them, but it also offers tips on how to lose weight faster. Sticking to the basics is easy, but we often lose momentum over time, especially if we're trying to shed the stubborn fat that's still there. To help us on our way to a healthier weight, Dr. Greger offers a few more tips. Get a peer pressure buddy. Weight loss secrets are frequently touted. When it comes to weight loss, there are no secrets, but accountability is essential. The idea is to form a support network or community, and by doing so, you are more likely to succeed in your weight loss efforts. There are a variety of ways to accomplish this, such as joining a weight loss group, participating in group therapy, or consulting a health coach. For those who are uncomfortable working in groups, the most important message is to hold yourself personally responsible. Weight loss was consistently observed in those who weighed themselves once a week in a study. Even Dr. Greger recommends that you weigh yourself twice a day for the best results. Assemble your calories earlier in the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are all about loading up on calories at the beginning of the day, and this is exactly what we should all be doing, according to the old adage. Researchers discovered that 700 calories for breakfast, 500 calories for lunch, and 200 calories for dinner is the ideal caloric distribution throughout the day. If you're going to lose weight, you're going to have to follow this method. This weight loss strategy is based on our circadian rhythms, as our bodies expend more energy digesting breakfast than dinner. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so by eating more at this time, you consume less overall. It's time to take advantage of your body clock and eat more at breakfast and less throughout the day. Drink a lot of water. Everybody knows we should drink 8 cups of water every day. The effects of water on weight loss are, however, a subject of debate among researchers. Still, after reviewing all the research, Dr. Greger advises his patients to make water a daily habit. 235 calories a day can be saved by simply switching out sugary drinks for water, which is particularly important. Additionally, studies show that people who are well hydrated burn fat more quickly and produce less of the hormone angiotensin, which is linked to weight gain. Also keep in mind that everyone's water requirements are different, so if your urine is light yellow, you're on the right path. Do not neglect your sleep. A good night's sleep is a key component of successful weight loss. One of the effects of being tired is that we tend to eat more and make poor dietary decisions, so go to bed early. At this time of day, we're more susceptible to the temptations of sugary and fatty foods, which can result in an excess of 700 calories a day. Sleeping, like drinking water, appears to aid weight loss, and those who sleep less tend to burn more muscle than fat, even when they are in a caloric deficit. Foods that have negative calorie values as preload. The average apple has about 100 calories. Eating it first thing in the morning can have a surprising effect on your caloric intake, negative calories. To help us eat less, we can preload our meals with salads, veggie soups, or fruit. People who eat an apple or drink 2 glasses of water before a meal feel fuller and eat less overall, according to a number of studies. It may sound counterintuitive, but starting your meal with a low-calorie course may help you consume less food in the long run. Ending on a high note. If you're looking for a way to kickstart your weight loss efforts, this book is for you. We're told that there are a variety of ways to get there, including consuming powdered shakes, eating half a grapefruit with every meal, or chaining ourselves to the treadmill. Nevertheless, many of these options are extremely risky and will almost certainly lead to a temporary loss of weight followed by a long-term gain of weight. Whole foods plant-based diet is the most effective, scientifically proven, and healthy diet out there. In order to achieve long-term weight loss, you should limit or eliminate the consumption of animal products, as well as crap foods. Additionally, this book is full of useful tips and tricks that will help you get the most out of your healthy eating habits. When it comes to eating, we're told about vinegar's health benefits and the importance of chewing our food thoroughly. Several studies have demonstrated a faster rate of satiety with this method. WFPB's abundance is key to its success. Forget about counting calories or restricting yourself to a certain number of servings. Instead, you can eat an unlimited supply of vegetables, fruit, legumes, whole grains, spices, and herbs. With an open mind, you'll discover that these foods offer even more variety than you'd expect. There are, after all, the foods that our bodies were made to eat. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in next audiobook.